I'm at the etrailer. If you have a 2024 Toyota RAV4 and you're looking for a carrier that's going to be able to work with those heavy e-bikes or carbon frame bikes, and you want the process of loading and unloading them to be a little bit easier, then this is going to be a great option, the RockyMounts GigaWatt Bike Rack. Now this is going to be able to carry up to 2 bikes, and each one of them is going to be 80 pounds. So it's going to work great if you do have e-bikes. And it's really not going to reflect in the tilt. And to really show you what I mean, we're going to have a blue lever here at the bottom. I'm going to pull on that and allow this to tilt back. And you'll see this is a pretty extreme tilt. And what's probably going to happen is if you have e-bikes on here, it's probably going to make contact with the ground. So just definitely keep an eye on it. This is definitely going to let you access the back of your hatch. So if you have any groceries or you're going shopping, you can throw those bags back here, even with your bike on. Or if you want to get ready for your ride, you can tie your shoes, grab your helmet. Or if you're ready to unload your bike, you can just simply grab your ramp. And from here, we'll just close this back up and pull this back into the seated position. To do that, all I'm going to do is lift up on the carrier until it clicks into place. And keep in mind, you might need a friend to do that if you do have e-bikes back here, kind of at that maximum 80-pound capacity. And if we're going to take a closer look at this, I have to remove my bike. So I actually like to start with the back tire. And I like that we do have all our touch points coded in blue to make this more intuitive. I'll just pull up on that and tuck this away. What's also nice is this also slides up and down your tray to accommodate for different wheelbases. I also like it, so it just is a little bit easier for taking off my bike. Now the front side is going to be a little bit different. This strap on the front tire is going to be a rubber one that we'll just simply pull and set off to the side. Now before I fully remove this, I'm going to actually install my ramp. Super easy process. All I'm going to do is come over to the end and set it here. And you're probably wondering why I'm not doing it on the tray that the bike is currently on. The reason being is we don't have enough space to really take it off from the side. So if you're in a really tight spot, like a parking spot, you might face that same issue. You might have to try this technique. To really show that off is I'll just come over here to this front ratcheting hook, squeeze and push up on it. And what's nice is we're not making any frame contact, so it's perfect for carbon frame bikes, alternative frame bikes, or any bike with a really nice paint job. And from here we can just pull it over towards me and then take it off the ramp like this. And I'm going to pass off my bike to my buddy Bruce over here to help me out. And from here I can load my ramp back into place. Again, that's what I like about this carrier is this ramp is going to work really nicely with the RAV4 because we have plenty of space back here. Now, if you don't have the space in the back of a vehicle or you simply don't want to put it back there, another great option to check out would be the Yakima On-Ramp LX Bike Rack. This is going to have a place where you can put the ramp on your rack. The only downside to that is that ramp is a lot more of a hassle to work with. But from here, we can make sure we put everything back into place because you don't want to drive around like this. And then I can get a couple measurements. The first measurement I want to get is going to be the total distance from the ground. And if I go from the furthest point out, this is going to be just about 16 inches. That's pretty good. So you also got to consider if you have e-bikes back here and any heavier bikes, that's going to probably drop down by a couple inches, but you still should have enough clearance to not make ground contact. Now for the distance away from our vehicle, that's going to be just about 33 inches, which is pretty standard for a 2-bike carrier. What I'd recommend is just keeping an eye on it if you're in any tight spot like a parking spot or garage. Now we can save space. We're actually going to pull on that lever, the same one we used to tilt it back earlier, and push up. It's going to become very compact, and now it's only going to stick out just about 13 inches. So that's saving you a lot of room. As for how it's going to interact with the back of the RAV4, we're not going to be really blocking anything. Now we're going to be right below your license plate, and your backup camera might pick up a little bit of this, but it won't prevent you from using it. Now taillights and back window won't be obstructed. And the way this is going to install, we're going to have a 2-inch shank that goes into your 2-inch hitch receiver where I have this anti-rattle bolt that goes through and connects to a lock core on the other side. That's going to provide you more security so no one can take your rack. And that anti-rattle bolt is just going to make this more sturdy so it's not rattling around in your receiver, causing noise, and making sure this lasts longer. Now, in my opinion, I think this is a solid choice because really it's just really easy to work with. I'm not really fighting with any levers or any mounts that get in my way, and it has a pretty decent weight capacity. I really like how easy that ramp is to use. Like I said earlier though, if you want a ramp that's actually integrated into the design of the carrier, then the Yakima on-ramp is a great option. Just keep in mind, you do have to put that ramp together each time you use it, so it can take a lot longer if you are frequently going out to ride. So, in my opinion, I think this would be one of my top e-bike carriers. But that was just a look at the RockyMounts GigaWatt bike rack on the back of our 2024 Toyota RAV4. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.